Welcome to Satori Lab, the place where hidden truths are revealed, human stories come alive, and every moment has a deeper meaning. Today's story will take you on a powerful emotional journey about love, loyalty, betrayal, and the quiet strength of a woman who deserved far more than she was given. The rain had started falling just as Jonathan Blake's private jet touched down on the small city runway. He wasn't supposed to be home for another 3 days. A business deal in Zurich had collapsed faster than expected, and for once, the billionaire tech investor decided not to reschedule meetings or attend another pointless dinner. He wanted one thing only. Home. Not the mansion itself. Not the luxury. Not the silence. He wanted to see his mother. Evelyn Blake was not his biological mother. She was the woman who adopted him when he was 6 years old, after his real parents died in a car accident. She was also a black woman who worked as a hospital janitor and lived in a tiny rented apartment when she took in a grieving white boy with nowhere else to go. She raised him with patience, discipline, and unconditional love. She never complained when people stared. She never corrected those who assumed she was his nanny. She never asked for credit. Jonathan never forgot. After he became wealthy, he insisted she move into his home so she would never struggle again. He trusted that she would be safe there. He trusted his wife too. Or at least, he thought he did. Jonathan drove himself home instead of taking the driver. He wanted the quiet, the normalcy, the illusion of a simple life for just a moment. The mansion looked peaceful as always. Lights were on. The front door was unlocked. Inside, he heard voices. Not laughter. Not conversation. Tension. Sharp words. He walked slowly down the hallway toward the living room. That's when he heard it. "You need to remember your place." Jonathan froze. That was his wife's voice. Cold, sharp, controlled. He stepped closer. Standing near the fireplace was his wife, Miranda, dressed perfectly as always, posture rigid, eyes hard. Across from her stood Evelyn. His mother. She looked smaller than usual. Her hands were clasped tightly together. Her shoulders were lowered, as if she were trying to take up less space. "I only asked if I could use the kitchen for a few minutes," Evelyn said softly. "I wanted to bake the lemon bread Jonathan likes." Miranda laughed, but there was no humor in it. "This is not your house," Miranda said. "You live here because Jonathan allows it. That does not make you family." Jonathan's stomach dropped. Evelyn swallowed. "I raised him," she said quietly. Miranda stepped closer. "You raised him because you were paid too. You were poor. You needed something. He needed someone. Don't pretend it was love." Jonathan felt something inside him crack. Evelyn's eyes shimmered but she didn't cry. "I loved him," she said. "Still do." Miranda crossed her arms. "Then love him quietly. Don't embarrass us. Don't invite your friends here. Don't cook your strange food. Don't tell stories about his childhood. This is my world now. You are just a reminder of something he's outgrown." Jonathan stepped into the room. "Enough." Both women turned. Miranda's face went pale. Evelyn's eyes widened. "Jonathan," Miranda said quickly, her voice changing instantly. "You're home early." Jonathan didn't look at her. He walked straight to Evelyn. "Mom," he said gently. "Are you okay?" Evelyn hesitated. "Yes, baby," she said. "Everything's fine." Jonathan turned slowly toward his wife. "No," he said. "It's not." Miranda forced a smile. "I think you're misunderstanding what you heard." "I heard everything," Jonathan said. Miranda's smile faltered. "You're tired from traveling. You're emotional." "No," he said. "I'm finally clear." Miranda took a breath. "You're letting your feelings cloud your judgment. This woman has no boundaries. She interferes with our life. Our image. Our image." Jonathan repeated. Miranda nodded. "We move in powerful circles. People talk. It's not appropriate." Jonathan stared at her. "You're ashamed of my mother." Miranda didn't answer. Silence was her answer. Jonathan turned to Evelyn. "Mom," he said softly, "would you please go upstairs for a moment?" Evelyn hesitated, then nodded and walked away. Jonathan waited until she was gone. Then he turned back to Miranda. "Do you know why I'm a billionaire?" he asked calmly. Miranda frowned. "Because you're brilliant." "No," he said. "Because she taught me discipline. She taught me kindness. She taught me integrity. When I had nothing, she gave me everything." Miranda's voice rose. "You're exaggerating." Jonathan shook his head. "You insulted the only person who ever loved me without wanting something in return." Miranda stepped closer. You're choosing her over me. Jonathan met her eyes. I'm choosing what's right. Miranda's face hardened. If you do this, people will talk. Jonathan nodded. Let them. Miranda laughed bitterly. You'll ruin your reputation. Jonathan's voice was steady. No. I'll save it. Miranda's eyes filled with anger. So what now? Jonathan took a breath. You will apologize to my mother. Sincerely. Or you will leave this house. Miranda stared at him, shocked. You wouldn't dare. Jonathan didn't raise his voice. I already have. Miranda realized then that she had lost. She scoffed. This is insane. She turned and walked upstairs, grabbed a suitcase, and left within the hour. Jonathan found Evelyn sitting on her bed, staring out the window. He knocked softly. Mom. She turned. I didn't mean to cause trouble, she said immediately. Jonathan knelt in front of her. You never caused trouble, he said. You are the reason I exist. Evelyn's eyes filled with tears. You don't have to choose me, she whispered. Jonathan smiled gently. I already did, when I was 6. And you chose me first. He hugged her. Not like a billionaire. Not like a powerful man. Like a son. Weeks later, the tabloids ran stories. The billionaire left his wife for his adoptive mother. They mocked. They speculated. Jonathan didn't respond. Instead, he built a foundation in Evelyn's name to support adoptive families. He donated millions. He told her stories mattered. And she believed him. One afternoon, Evelyn baked lemon bread again. Jonathan sat at the kitchen table, smiling. This still tastes the same, he said. Evelyn laughed. Good recipes don't change. Jonathan nodded. Neither do good hearts. And for the first time in a long time, the mansion felt like a home. Not because of its size. Not because of its wealth. But because the woman who built Jonathan from nothing was finally safe, respected, and loved, exactly as she always deserved to be. Thank you for watching this story on Satori Lab. If it touched your heart, remember that kindness is never weakness, loyalty is never outdated, and the people who raise us are more powerful than the world that judges them.